You've just launched 7 new destinations, the Magnificent Seven, which has given Richard Dean the chance to play some of his favorite movie music. Uh, why them and why now?
We've launched more than that, right? I mean, we've been launching over the past 12 months more than 20 destinations. So this is adding to about 29 that we have launched over the past year. And we keep launching, we keep announcing, right? So this is part of the overall strategy that we have to, especially within a 4 hours radius, to improve our presence in these markets. I mean, these 7 destinations that we just announced, they all are part of our long-term plan. And we actually believe now is a good time to launch because we have an opportunity to rebalance supply and demand in those markets. So, I mean, they were planned to come later on. We anticipate a bit, and it's adding to the 22 destinations that we launched before.
Yeah, and I know that you've just launched not too long ago some summer routes to some holiday destinations. These seven, though, are particularly interesting because the majority of them are those that were served previously by Wizz Air, which has obviously just exited from the market in the last 24 hours, pulling out of Abu Dhabi, places like Baku, places like Yerevan, Almaty. Is this you stepping into the breach?
This is actually some of the destinations we were flying before, and we spent some time reviewing our network, and we decided to stop flying to some destinations while we were rebuilding the network. And as I told you, I mean, of course, when an airline leaves the market, right, and it has happened before with us, for instance, in Paris, when Air France left the market here, we stepped in and we put another flight. And now we have a double daily flight to Paris that is actually going to become triple daily very soon. So, I mean, it's part of the airline business nature, right? Every time you have supply and demand that is not balanced, someone steps in. So, I mean, these markets were being served, right? We have also other airlines serving this market today. So Air Arabia, Abu Dhabi is flying to some of these markets. So we believe there is a supply and demand um, unbalanced. So we step in to close the gap and keep providing services to the customers that are flying from these markets to Abu Dhabi.
What does Wizz Air exiting Abu Dhabi mean for the market and for you?
I mean, airlines, they come and go. It's a very natural process. I mean, to put things into perspective, right? We are adding 22 new planes this year, right? We are adding, as I told you, 29 new destinations. We're doing 20 million passengers for the first time ever, right? In terms of growth, we moved from 10 to 20 million. So, I mean, in the big scheme of things for Etihad, is just emphasize that our strategy is the right one. We're going to keep investing. And I mean, it's not for me to comment on their reasons to take action, right? But I mean, the market is flourishing. Air Arabia Abu Dhabi, which is a JV we have with Air Arabia, is booming in Abu Dhabi. So we are in a good position today.
I will ask you though about your engine maintenance, and what that means for you. That is one of the reasons that Wizz Air is given for pulling out of the market, the wear and tear on its engines, with heat and humidity. How does Etihad cope?
I mean, we have a different engine, right? I mean, our narrow bodies, they are powered by GE, not by Pratt Whitney, and it's known in the market that the GE engines are performing very well in the region. I mean, again, Air Arabia has many of those engines, right? Etihad, we have the LEAP, that we call the LEAP engine, the GE LEAP engine, and they perform very well in the region, right? In that sense, I can say that we made the right decision to choose the LEAP engine together with Air Arabia to power our narrow body aircraft, and they're performing very well.
Is this opportunity for you to pick up customers though? I mean, I presume you're going to be priced a little bit higher than Wizz Air was for these routes.
We have changed a lot the way we do pricing, right? We don't price anymore based on cost. So Etihad over the past 2 years, we have gone through a very big transformational journey in terms of the way we price. And our prices are as competitive in as any other competitor. I mean, we price to demand and we price to competition. So if you go online now and you try to see markets like Amman, for instance, right? You're going to see that our price is the lowest one, right? I mean, we were fighting low-cost competition into Rome, into Milan, right? And we managed to price at the same level because we have efficiency that we take out of the system. And never forget, right? We face low-cost competition also to India, right? I mean, we have airlines like Indigo and Air India Express. They have only in Indigo, they have more than 13 destinations from India to Abu Dhabi, right? So we have to be able to have efficiency in the system and to price at the same level as competition is pricing. So we don't see any reason why fares they only go up if you don't add capacity and if there is supply and demand is not balanced, right? Because we're balancing supply and demand again, I wouldn't expect any major change in price.
Where are you finding the capacity to serve these new routes amongst your own
Yeah,
fleet?
that's a key question, right? I mean, we've been investing a lot in improving our efficiency. So one thing that we did over the past few years, our narrow bodies, they were flying only 8 hours per day. Now they're flying 13 hours per day. And they can fly up to 15 hours per day, right? So we still have efficiency within our own fleet. I mean, we have some destinations today that we send the plane and the plane is sitting there for 12 hours waiting for a slot to come back, right? If I turn that plane back, I release 12 hours of plane. So one thing that we're doing is we're increasing efficiency a lot. The other thing is we're getting 22 planes this year. And last but not least, the partnerships. I mean, only with Akasa, we have a partnership with 3 planes. Air Europa, we have 1 plane, right? China Eastern, we have 1 plane. Ethiopian, we have 1 plane. So reality is, in addition to the 22 planes that we're adding, there are more than 9 planes today that Etihad is flying using partners.
But you've
Not
also
to count Air
added,
Arabia Abu Dhabi. Not to count Air Arabia Abu Dhabi.
you have also added, though, more than 20 new flights already, destinations this year. How many more could we see before the end of the year?
Oh, that we don't know yet. I mean, it's too early to tell. Again, we're going to be monitoring the market to understand how supply and demand is going to evolve. I mean, I can say that we've made the most relevant announcements already, right? So I don't expect, unless there is any supply and demand change again. I mean, but as of now, we are in good shape. Now our focus is in delivering the summer operation and making sure that we're ready for 2026.
You have seen in the first half of the year 17% rise in passengers. Is that rise on your new routes? Is that full of planes? Is that existing routes with more capacity? Where's the growth coming from?
So 2/3 of the growth and 2/3 of our plan, right, to the future is adding capacity in destinations that we serve today. I mean, we talk a lot about these new destinations, right? This Magnificent Seven. We talk about the 2022 that we launched. But reality is 66% of the capacity that we add is in current destinations. So today we have double dailies to most destinations in Europe, right? We're adding now 4 flights. We're going to go to 4 flights a day to places in Pakistan that we never had before. We have 4 flights a day to Colombo. We have 2 flights a day to Barcelona. We have 2 flights a day to Frankfurt. We're going to 3 flights a day to Milan and 3 flights a day to Paris, right? So these are all things that they take a lot of planes, and 2/3 of the capacity they go to destinations that we serve today. And for a very simple reason, this strategy is working very well.
You mentioned the amount of planes that you're going to get this year. Will you definitely get them on time? And are you receiving the planes to keep up with the growth that you've just outlined?
So they're already very late, to be honest, right? They're on average 6 months late. So we got two, they call delivery and notice delay. We got two over the past 2 years, and we're confident that the planes are going to come when we need them. Of course, they're late, about 6 months late each, right? But I mean, we put a lot of buffer in the system. We did the partnerships to bring in more planes. So we manage the growth by creating backups for these delays, right? So we're now getting one 321 long range, which is going to be the first plane in the region with a first class business class in a narrow body on the 24th of July. And this plane is going to be flying very soon to Phuket. It's going to be an amazing product. So we're excited that we're going to be getting one plane almost every week for the remainder of this year. And next year, we have 20 planes more to come, right? And it's going to be like that, 20 planes every year for the next 5 years.
Before I let you go, I know we've discussed the H1 numbers. What are you looking like for summer? Where are bookings now for July and August compared to where they were last year?
They're very strong. They're very strong. They were a bit soft during the conflict phase where we have some airspace closure, right? But this was really, really tiny. I mean, but they're back on track. And I mean, I strongly recommend everyone to buy your tickets because the load factors right now are 92% this week. I mean, it's going to be our biggest ever summer. I mean, we're really, really excited about having the opportunity to serve our customers during summer, helping, supporting the families to go back and forth to their breaks. And it's going to be our biggest ever summer. So we're really excited about the booking curve that we have ahead of us.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.